Back into my web so soon, mortals? How interesting. It's a little late to try to finish what started back in Eberron. The Drow have gathered all the dragon shards I need, but I could probably find a use for more. Perhaps I'll take the ones you're carrying in your bags. Oh, I wouldn't allow you here unless I gained some advantage from your presence. When you killed my servant, Karis, back on Eberron, did that not serve my ends? I'll let you think about that. It is terribly fun to see the panic in your eyes as you realize how helpful you've been to my cause. The Lords of Dust in that pitiful realm of Khyber thought they could share power. How foolish they were to think that the Spinner of Shadows would work alongside them. True power is gained by snatching it from the unworthy. How good of you to come here and offer yourself so that you can be rewoven. If you think things are difficult now, then just wait. You will plead for the mercy I have shown you thus far when the suffering truly begins. It is good that you ventured into my domain. Soon, my power will be unmatched. You will bear witness when I become the new Mistress of the Weave. Perhaps I will set you free so that you can tell the world about the new goddess of magic. Perhaps not. My servant's work in Cormyr is entertaining, but it is only a single strand of all of my plans. True, they brought the precious thread of the weave to me, yet even without it, I would have found a way to carry out my plan. If my servants fail, they will answer to my wrath. That's really all the motivation they need to do their jobs well. You will find some of my subordinates quite challenging. If not, well then, time for some new blood. Insects. The longer you meddle in my plans, the longer I have to torment you. Your screams as you beg me for death will echo through every corner of the Demonweb. Delicious! Whether you remain in the Demonweb or flee from it makes no difference now. You are not the first to think they can unravel my works. Those who think they can scheme against me shall be twisted in torment. The thread of the weave is mine. One more of my many victories. Soon, all of the realms will shudder in gruesome ecstasy before Lolth, goddess of magic. Come to me and feel the power of beautiful pain. Absorbing the thread of the weave brings me that much closer to my goal. I will reshape all worlds into something far more pleasing. The weak shall perish beneath the cunning, and the strong shall rend each other apart to gain my favor. It will be exquisite! I have so many schemes knitted together that I do not need to tend them. Sooner or later, the insects just stumble into the web. Thinking about it that way, it's pointless to struggle, no? It is impossible for you to stop me. Perhaps you hope to gain my favor instead. Very well. I offer you a challenge that will please me. If you are truly worthy, then kill everything in the Demonweb. I saw that Elminster offered you aid, and you never considered what he stands to gain by this? I suppose not. Your kind were duped by Nomon, Inquisitor of the Silver Flame, after all. Oh, mortals. So easily manipulated. Eberron. Until now, I cannot say that I ever paid it any mind. The Lords of Dust were pathetic and easily tricked. A common trait among beings from your realm. You Eberron flies swarm through my domain as if it were your personal property. Know this. The Demonweb consumes all that it touches, so by all means, keep encouraging more visitors to come here. What is a web without flies? Look around you, mortals. See the ruins of 1,000 worlds. Their scraps lashed together to make my Demonweb. There's still room for your world. Just a little longer, and it will be swallowed up too. The shadow of the darkening stretches out, covering the realms and hastening the deaths of all who oppose me. How unfortunate for you that the words of Priestess Hector went unheeded. She foretold of this day. Watch as my followers grow in strength and number. None can resist me. You will come to understand this very soon. My rule is inevitable. Nations will kneel before me, bent by the hand of their own rulers. Rulers who will struggle amongst themselves to see who can best appease me. Are you still here? It is terribly dull watching you flail your way around my domain. Well, there's no chance of you damaging anything important, so perhaps I'll amuse myself with a few of my other pet projects. The demons that have fallen to your little weapons were not worth the air they breathed in the first place. Hear that, my minions? Any of you that can't hold your own against these pests should save me the trouble of killing you later. Just die now, please. There is a fun game I like to play around here. My children slaughter and scheme against one another to gain or uphold their rank. They all fantasize about overthrowing me. Then, later on, I take pleasure in the look on their faces on the day I get to crush them. Here is something you should know about the best of my demons. Consider all the slyness, the cunning, the might they need to stay alive and stay on top. Then consider that even they cannot match me. Now, what hope do you have? I have been and always will be. I've been worshipped for countless ages under countless names. It is futile to think that I can be stopped, mortals. But do try. It's amusing to watch. Mystra was unworthy to oversee the realm of magic, or else she would still be here. That makes Elminster the chosen follower of someone who is no longer around. And that makes you the servant of a leaderless fool. If Elminster is the chosen of Mystra, and Mystra abandoned this realm, then what are the odds of Elminster abandoning you? I can just imagine what he said to convince you to come in here. Help me preserve Mystra's memory. Then, he sent you into my web, alone. Elminster tricks many ignorant souls into coming here. See all of those cocoons? Did you think they were egg sacs? No. They're all that remains of the other adventurers who followed Elminster's folly. Trying to free the thread of the weave, Oh yes, I can see right through your mischief. And just like everyone who has fallen before you, you too will be caught by surprise when I decide to strike. Hear me, minions! These trespassers think they are a match for you. I will feast on corpses soon, and it is simply a matter of which corpses. Demon? Mortal? I'm not too particular. So, don't lose! You plan to reclaim the thread of the weave? My worship increases day by day. Soon all will pay tribute to the glory of Lolth. And yet, you dare to oppose me. Very well, if you're sure. My children in the Underdark fear and respect me. Those on the surface will come to regard me in the same light once I am the goddess they must turn to for their magic. The absence of Mystra has created a great void. I will fill it. After all, if I do not, then some other god will. And I can't allow that. I alone have woven the Demonweb into the grand tapestry of destruction and survival that you see around you. Bask in the glory of my works. Through the ages, I have achieved my goals using wicked craft and brutal resolve. I expect no less from any who call upon me as their goddess, or from those that hope to best me. Fight harder. Because you have kept me so entertained in your final hours of life, I will extend a courtesy to you once you are dead. I will place your remains on a fragment of Eberron once the Demonweb consumes it. How to next shape the Demonweb? I cannot decide if the broken bits of your decimated home would look better spun together in a tight ball, or strewn about like bones after a feast. When Eberron falls, I will consume yet another world. And another. I must have more. More worlds. More worshippers. More power. More! I will have more! I don't blame you for lingering here. You are drawn to me. Since you can't resist it, just enjoy it while you can. I am a harsh mistress, and these will likely be the last pleasurable moments of your existence.